barn find. Reckon we can make it go? Take it to work?
There it is.
What a mess. Cat prints, dog shit, penises. What's that say?
0 to 400 Special Dragon Street Fighter Top
Oh
Fuel.
wow, hyper, mega. It's got an arse print on the window.
It's an awesome
I
coffee.
think the interior survived.
Yeah.
Momo.
Oh, it's on. It is. Nice steering wheel though.
Alright, let's give it a wash. Oh my god, is that an intercooler? Don't blow it up already, for fuck's sake. Was that a VTEC?
Some say that they should be pulling premium as opposed to New Year's, but
Oh my god.
we got some engines.
spill it. You hold it on its side.
How much do I put in?
Don't spill it. I don't know. I think a little engine, 3.5 litres.
I don't know how much that is.
Well, it's a 5 litre bottle.
This is most of it.
2/3 of it. Not quite.
Is that it?
3/5 of it. How much did you put in there?
Should that be enough?
How much?
Stand the bottle back up and have a look on the side. See there's a gauge on the side. Look. Ooh, what are you up to?
Where?
See, it says 5, 4, 3, 2. What are you down to? Down to half. It's got oil in it. Probably a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, get on it. Get it. Yeah.
Someone tells me that's not genuine. Oh.
No. Send it. Crack the next one.
Not done yet.
You can go like this once you get to that point. Okay. Okay.
Might come out.
That's it. That's loose. Next one. Oh, don't break it. Oh. All right. Get it? Yep.
This one.
Get it. Yep. That'll do. Alright, we'll find a battery. See what it does. You reckon it'll go?
Maybe.
Three-year-old fuel.
Yeah.
Shall I say you do it? Give it a rev. You're so mean. Alright, welcome back to Nugget Garage. Bit of an odd intro to a video, but basically I had that Swift sitting next to my house probably for like the last 12 months, doing nothing but being a platform for the cats. So we decided to drag that out and see if it would run. The reason for that I'll get to shortly. So yeah, last year, as a recap, not a bad year, probably didn't do as much racing as what I wanted. But, you know, the K10, it's sorted. You know, it's a consistent 7-second car now and it's reliable, fun to drive. Panel van, you know, a lot of people were wondering why I even bothered with it, but I just had to save that car. Once I saw it, it was in a state, and then multiple people had a go at it, and it was obvious that it was never going to get finished. And I kind of like the history. In hindsight, it is an old piece of shit, and I'm having some pretty decent rear end problems, but you know, I'm going to work through that. It went 7 straight off the bat. It won its class at Coralman straight off the bat. Next year, I'm trying to do all of the no prep stuff that I was planning on. I mean, you can get PSR 325s now, which Mark has me a set sitting there waiting. I just got to catch up with him and pay for them now. I've got tons of room on the inside of the tyre in this car, but with this rim, you know, maybe not. It's on 325. It depends how a 325 compares to a 315. Like, it's tight, so I may have to put a different wheel on the back of it to go no prep racing, which is pretty much what this car is going to do next year. There's also, now that I've got a taste of it running nearly 150 in the eighth, I really want to try and run 190 plus in the quarter and see if it'll actually go low sevens, which potentially it can. Damage report from the road trip no prep drag challenge. Converter survived, funnily enough. It was the stator tube in the oil pump snapped clean out the center in the gearbox, that was. So the gearbox was trash. Kip's ordered all the parts for that now, and it's all cleaned up and ready to go back together apparently as soon as parts turn up. The diff center junked it. It was 10 mil up and down, in and out movement on the pinion, so it's destroyed the carrier bearing. So Ben's got a 40 spline Strange center that he said I can pinch parts from. It's got the bigger input yoke collar and the bigger carrier bearing, and that's a 40 spline, but we'll use a 35 spline spool in it and put a new set of pro gears, some 411 gears in it again. I think 411s is about where that needs to be, this car, on that size tyre. If we do go and run it at Kenda or something, I'm probably going to put a 275 on it or something smaller, which wouldn't be good in the quarter mile, but they're only 8th mile events anyway, so that'll be fine. Yeah, so all in all this year, I'm probably fairly happy with it. Next year I'm going to try harder. I've actually bought a little truck as well, which is going to make us capable of doing interstate stuff a lot easier, and getting to the track. This thing can tow 2 up as well, so we can take 2 cars or a buggy or more tools or whatever, and I don't have to pinch the family car and put them out while I'm gone. Yeah, so next year there's some interesting stuff happening actually. Well, I reckon there are. The Andy Rankin from Tuner Racing YouTube channel and Jake and Friends, Nick Baxter, Jake and Friends, both coming for me for my 3RZ. Apparently they want to try and take down the K10, which is cool. I actually like that challenge. The thing with that car is, you know, it's never had the proper rear end in it. It's actually got a stock KE10 leaf spring with an extra leaf added. It's got a 2-link in it. It's got Coney shock. It has no Caltrax Hilux diff. I mean, it does a 1, 2, 3, 60 foot, which is kind of a miracle that it does that. I pretty much refuse to fix that though, because drag racing is a very short, you know, you don't get much seat time. That car's quite fun to drive. You never know what it's going to do. I'd rather leave it exciting. Makes it exciting to watch as well. But what I can do with that car is it's heavy. It's 2,720 pounds with me in it. I mean, I'm no lightweight, but you know, if we want to get serious, it probably doesn't need to be able to drive on the road like it does now. It's got a full cooling system in it. It's got a full 50 litre fuel tank in the back. I could easily take 150, 200 pounds out of that car. Also got 20 kilos of lead under the front of it. So, you know, the car doesn't have an intercooler on it. There's no reason why I couldn't pinch, you know, some of that weight, take the 20 kilo weight off, put an intercooler out the front and make more power as well. So I'll make a decision this year, see how close they get, but if I have to, I'll pull that 200 pounds out of that car and see if we can make it run 750s, which, you know, it doesn't have a float or diff in it, so that's kind of as quick as it's allowed to go anyway. Pretty crazy how quick we're all getting on 4 cylinders. The other thing that's happening is a few of my mates have long roof station wagons. There's been a bit of talk about some kind of long roof challenge. You know, there's 4 or 5 of us. I think Mick Silk, Mitch Hamilton, I think Guy King, obviously Christian Golby's got a panel van station. There's quite a few of them all 7 or 8 second cars. So we may even have a long roof challenge next year. The other thing that's happening is Ben, he's gone full retard on his truck, 1UZ Turbo. That truck was actually the one that raced against mine years ago. It was very similar looking. That's coming back. Kip's building a motor for it now, and we'll actually start it and make sure it has oil pressure, so it doesn't have the same fate as the last engine. So yeah, I can't really let him run away with the fastest Mazda truck in Australia thing, so I might shorten the tray on mine and take the bar off the bull bar off it and take the visor off it and fix the aerodynamics and see if it can run deeper into the 10s just to keep him on his toes. So that can happen. The other cars have still got, the Stuff Corolla can do whatever we want. Grandpa, I still want to try and run a 10 on that. Next year, you can 100% do that, no problem. And because no one else plays around with 1GZs, it can be Australia's fastest 1GZ. Why not? Yeah, okay, going back to this Swift, which I think we're going to put on the dyno before the end of this video. I bought this car actually off John Gisler, of all people, the pie man, if anyone lives around where I live. Came from down south. It was a little bit unknown. I got told it had a bit of stuff done. I've since heard from the person who used to own it and actually validated that it does have rods, pistons, dog cut gears, LSD. It's got a button clutch in it, you can feel that. Microtech MT4. It's got an old turbo kit on it that looks like it was something out of Fast Forwards a long time ago. Originally, I'm thinking, well, maybe we should do a budget challenge again this year, it's not all about big dollar shit. And pre-Spicy Cough, we actually, me, Jake and friends, I think Overtaken Lane and a few other people were buying front-wheel drive cars. We're going to have an a wrong-wheel drive challenge. Spicy Cough came along, all the cars fell to the way. I think we bought a Proton Satria GTI, which was going to be quite a funny story actually with how we got that, but it never happened. At the same time, I actually bought a Swift GTI, so I figure now, you can't buy this cheap shit anymore. I think I paid $3,000 for that thing, pre-Spicy Cough, which now I think it'd be like a $10,000 car nearly. So I reckon we'll do it again. So it doesn't have to be these other YouTube channels. If you're watching this and you want to do it, give us like 2 or 3 months. We'll pick a testing tune. We'll go to that and we'll just have a front wheel drive challenge. Budget's out the window, I reckon. If you want to spend $25,000 on a Magna, that's your fault. I don't think it's possible to do heavy budget shit anymore. So with this Swift, my original plan was let's go nuts on it, put a big turbo on it, put a late model computer on it. Now I'm swinging the other way, thinking, well, it started up and ran okay on that MT4. I put a bit of a rev tune in it and it starts up fine this morning. So I might just leave it, exactly how it was. I'll tune it on all this old crap. I've got a couple of dyno sheets here from when it was originally done, down south. I think uni groups had a go at it. Croydon, another Croydon, CMV, Cole Parry, whoever that is. I don't know any of these guys. I know who CMV is. And I think the most I can see here was a 126 kilowatts, I think it made. If you look at the intake pipe that was on it, this is pre-turbo, so I highly doubt it made it through that crap. So I'm not going to leave that there. I'm going to run a little filter down underneath the panel. Going through that receipt book there, looks like half the stuff that's supposed to be on this car checks out as well. Pretty honest little deal. So its wiring is atrocious. So I'll go and put some fleece tape over that and nobody will know the difference. Paintwork, it's not great. Looks okay, but it's pretty bad. Interior is actually really nice. Hectic Momo steering wheel. I think the horn works. Yep. I think I blew the cones out of the 6x10s when I turned them on. It's got a stacker in it. CD stacker. I don't even know if I've got any CDs anymore to put in that bloody thing, but maybe I can find some. Yeah, so Andrew's gone and bought a DC2 Integra, which we actually bought this thing years ago off my brother-in-law, and then it's ended up as a driving around car from Australia from a mate of mine's dad, and it's now, it actually went through next door as well. Pineapple owned it for a bit, and now my mate Andrew's bought it, bought a turbo kit, and so this is the second car that we have for the front wheel drive challenge. It's just a B18C VTEC yaw with Chinese crap on it, so I'm pretty sure the mighty G13B won't have problems taking that down, but he's obviously going to wire a Haltech on this, and we'll be tuning it in the next couple of months. He does FIFO work, so he'll be here for a bit and then not. Anyway, we'll get this Swift on the dyno and see if we can't blow it up. Come back at you.
Pissing out coolant. She likes the rev. You're a bit short there, mate. Really hoping that wasn't bad noises. Still a bit short.
Alright, well that'll do for the day. It's about 37 million degrees. Ended up stopping at about 210, which I think is about 155 kilowatts. You know, you got to give or take 30 or 40 horsepower for front wheels being on the hub dyno. So yeah, we're about probably 10 or 15 kilowatts up from where it was down south on a 37 degree day. I think we got to about 16 pounds of boost. I had to pinch a boost control valve from next door off a Stagia. I took the ball and spring out of it and had to drill a hole, but still for some reason, obviously it's having to fill this hose plus the canister. It's making it over boost right where I don't want it to, so right here I've got no timing in it. I'm still getting out to about 16 pounds of boost at the top. Not sure what's happening there yet. I've got a Microtech MT8, sorry I was saying MT4 before, it's an MT8. Can't do anything logging wise. Don't have a clue if it's actually doing the timing and asking for it. Feels completely alien compared to what I do every day. Feels highly dangerous. I couldn't even get a knock sensor on the thing anywhere. I can't find somewhere to bolt it to. So I was doing it by ear. So on potentially 3-year-old fuel with a chaser of 20 litres of fresh on 98. I don't think that's too bad for a 1.3 litre. Also, right from the get-go, we're having coolant moving out of it. Initially, the cap, you know, we'd have no pressure in there, so the cap wasn't working. Now it's got a 19-pound cap on it, and it's still moving some water. If you look down there, you can see it's got a copper head gasket on it. Who knows? Probably going to get away with just when I've got to pull the cam cover off anyway to paint it. I might just get in there and retorque the head bolts down a little bit, see if we can stop that from happening. It doesn't seem to be worse the more boost you put on it, it's just doing it the whole time. Worst comes to worst, I have to pull the head off, but so far I think that's probably enough power to have a play with. I'll figure out what that injector is actually, and I might go to E85 just to see if it'll actually go near 300. Flicking through the invoices, I know it's got JE pistons in it, but it doesn't mention anything about rods, and there's an invoice there for shot painting, so maybe it's got a stock rod in it. I don't really want to find out the hard way. Anyway, Andrew, what did he do today? He put in a Tactic 5-degree radiator install and pulled his AC out. Good job, Andrew. Anyway, so that'll be it for this week, and I'll try and maybe we'll film some Honda Integra stuff. Gotta get through New Year's. Anyway, I'll catch you next year.